So we have our robot rigged, and we applied a animation to it so we can kind of see what it's going to look like. So the next step is what you want to do as it's animating. You want to check and see what's happening to the mesh. So and what we'll try to do is fix some of the areas that are being distorted, like this area on the top here. If we don't want that to be moving all around with the arms. And then I think the head's moving fine. Hands are all good. And I noticed that if I take a look at the feet, let me pause this. You can kind of see where part of the skin is pulling one of the feet toward the other. So there's something wrong with the skin a little bit, the way it's attaching to the bones. All right, so the next step is to try to clean this up. I don't know if I'm going to mess with the part with the chest, but we'll take a look at it. Okay, so I'm going to turn the rig back on, and then I have the robot selected. I went to edit mode. I'm selecting the skin here. Okay, and then I'm going to select edit envelopes. Okay, so you can see that you have a list of your bones here, and an envelope is basically what envelops that bone with a connection. Okay, what part of the skin will be attached to that bone? So I have the right foot here selected. All right, and it's the beginning, it's like the toes, and you can see where the highlights are having it attached to the other foot for some reason. When they were together, I think what happened was, you see how wide this is, it kind of overlapped a little bit. So what we can try is to grab these vertices, and without messing up what it's doing with this part of the model, you can see if you go too far, it's going to mess that up. But kind of make small changes here, and what I want to try to do is, you see it already kind of pulled away from that. Now, these are all kind of sizable. Hope you can see it in the video. Kind of sizable loops. So what I want to try to do is grab these and kind of pull them away. So if I make this a little bit smaller, can't go too far because then it's going to be connected to the other. So here we go. Alright, that one's not really affecting anything. Alright. Oh, I think I've done... I don't like how it's still kind of mapped to some vertices over here. But I think it's not bad. Let's see. Oops. There we go. Ooh, if I go too far, though, it gets connected to the other one. That's interesting. All right. All right, so I think that's... let's see. I think it's okay for now. Let me check the other part of the foot and see if that's causing some problems. Yeah. There's some issues here, I think. So some of this stuff is kind of guessing to see where it all comes together, and I think maybe it is supposed to be a little bit further in. Yeah. because as soon as I did that, that fixed that problem. So you're just going to adjust these selections loops and make sure you don't make it any worse. It's interesting how that does that. I think that's probably attached to the other foot. We'll kind of see. Okay. So I think that foot's probably fine. Let's go to the left foot. Some things are attached. There we go. Something's up with that. And that's how that's okay, so I think it's from this guy too. So when what happened was, I think when these bones were skinned to the feet, the feet are so close, it's a kind of attaching it to the other feet. So we have to move the envelopes of selection away so it stops. Alright, that one's pretty good. You basically want the bone only to select the parts of the mesh that you want it to move. Hopefully that makes sense. Alright, I think that piece finally snapped back. There we go. That foot's looking a lot better. Alright. Still kind of attached to that. But let's see what happens. You can play it like that. And you can also, let's get out of edit mode here. And you could probably just grab the play controller and adjust it that way. Okay, so it doesn't look like a piece of the shoe is stuck to the other shoe, so that's good. Alright, so that's cleaned up. I like that. Alright, so let's look at what's happening on the chest of this thing. So let's edit envelopes. Down here. See if we can find the chest. There it is. Alright. I don't think that is a problem. Maybe it is collarbone. Could be just the way the collarbone and the chest is moving at the animation. We might have to just stop those from moving because we don't have really a chest in this robot. So I think that's it. Alright, so I think the envelopes for everything are fine. Good enough for this. If you had another character, you'd have to check out, it's good to add that and see, kind of mess with the envelopes with that. So I'm going to save this just as the same name. And the next video we'll talk about how to modify the animations.